welcome back. You're watching Girl Vibes right here. And today I told you one of my guests is actually wearing my favorite color. So before she leaves on set, in fact, I'm going to take the blue off her. Mommy is here. She's an insurer. And I also have my beautiful Nana. Yes, she's also, that's my favorite color, you know. I'll take it off her before she leaves here. So, Mommy, let me start up with you. Akwaba.
Yeah, I knew.
Actually, my favorite color, is it South African peas on your neck and as our order?
Oh, it has not been quite long when we celebrated the AU Day, so
Okay.
I thought
Okay.
it tries to have a touch of Africa. Yeah.
And you work the magic out. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look beautiful. Blue is a menu at your hopper.
I'll give it to you
rocked it
before I
nice.
leave.
Thank you. Thank you. It wasn't difficult at all. I also have Mommy here. Mommy, tell us your full name. I know the Nana, but it's no worry, but it's nice. It's very nice.
My name is Nana Alexis. Akosia Obenewa Opokuajiman.
Such a sweet, beautiful name. And we all born relaxingly now. And then tell us, I know you're a life coach. Is there anything more you would love my guests to know since we're going to talk about finances today?
I'm a brand strategist as well.
Wow.
So if you're dealing with a brand, you see it as a human being that you're dealing with because it's something that has to live, it has to breathe, it has to feed, and it has to survive. So I do that as well. And amidst the life coaching, we tackle a bit of personality traits, which most people are not so aware of. So they behave and do certain things in ways that they don't compromise at all. They don't think about other people around them. But if you are aware of your environment, you know what your traits are like, it's easier for you to understand that if someone is behaving this way and you would want the person would want you to embrace them. When it's time for you to also behave a certain way, you would expect the other person to embrace yours too. So the world becomes a better place if only you understand your traits.
Okay, this is just the beginning. So, Mommy, you tell us more of your name. I know Agatha is part of it. I know Mommy and I are friends, actually. You know, we get to vibe a lot on social media. So we are friends on social media. Friends everywhere, right?
Yes, friends
so
everywhere.
she's also my friend.
Okay, so
Maybe Nana will be my friend after the show.
yes, she will be all of us are friends.
Of course.
She is.
Of course.
All right, so as you know, my name is Agatha. Mostly I call it Agatha.
Okay.
Mami for Boate.
Okay.
Yes, I work with Holland Life Ghana. I manage a branch, but I call myself a chief servant
Okay.
because I serve the people.
That's great. So let's go to our topic today. We are going to talk about high cost of living and how to manage your finance. You know, how to be happy. I told you. The cost of living. And samosa, I saw a video on social media of a kid talking about the prices of samosa now. Yes, go for my friend the car worse and I hadn't paying if we say. You know, I don't even know what is happening. But I believe Nana and Mommy will help us to know what's really, really happening. And when we say high cost of living, people high and national baby, who has a crack? Oh yeah, and as our record we are singing now because it's happening everywhere. And Mommy call Mommy ho since she deals with the brand and personality, everybody involved. Now on train and I say I can high cost in living in a crack. I bet supporting no train, Mommy.
And leave no share that nyama no buy it. Another sika inyen. Onya no ho nyama na ehu or there to. It simply means that nyama no buy it. That's all it means. Tia. And na obandam so so nyama or there eye. More boa ma e fitting because nyimpa yet nkwam nkotende. And nyama tinsis. So if you plan or you prepare for any eventuality, not them see na inflation ba na nyama no bokosora that you can actually survive it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mommy, baby or is it like
Oh, Nana said it all. As America echoing the yaka high cost of living. Ebia sika ewo sesian. Na nyama dodoa eto before into me near the same quantity. And see, mostly we are looking at the value for money. So say would you 1,000 Ghana cedis in that? Maybe you used to buy a lot of things, pay your utilities and other stuff. But now into me use the same 1,000 Ghana cedis to do all those things. So as Nana rightly said, nyama bi wo ho a or they put in place so that at the end of the day no even though you are still earning the 1,000 Ghana cedis, you'll be able to achieve those things as well.
Not as it's name we okay, BPI are comfortable, and your salary 1,000 year cake or be 1,000 crannies. What's more fuel ne car cra. In fact, so when you cap on off a trotro cry, you know, the fares were okay.
Yeah.
But then they be able to not transportation, so cry or coster. For now, so cry or coster. And he about some the way some a cost of living work or high, mammy.
What can be the inflation?
Inflation, okay.
And on your Ghana, okay,
way
we are suffering baby or record because BBC or baby. And a baby cry some crony scene. I wanna yenya most of our year resources nifi. Man a wash shenya man say then once that cuts or the flow of that resource na yenyan or season.
Okay.
I want check a crab until the later on in Yamaba start to work.
Wow, cool.
And see, simply put, you know, inflation is simply what is causing what we see now.
Okay.
And unfortunately, it's not just, or fortunately or unfortunately, it's not just in Ghana. It cuts across a frame of America. And if I just say it, everybody is tied up because we didn't envisage it.
Yeah.
But as a planner or as someone who is aware of yourself, these are things that we have to pay attention to because anything can happen. And we cannot preempt these things into we should always have that preconceived thought of anything can happen. Why don't save for the difficult times? That way when it comes I can actually stay in that place. Say a Christian Bible nature there. We save and prepare for things of that nature.
Of course.
Even though we shouldn't think of tomorrow. But environment and you always have to think about things of that nature.
And the aunt is always saving.
Exactly.
Exactly. It was heavy. Now, mommy, talking about the high cost of living, do we have examples of them or types of them?
Oh, we do have types of high cost of living.
Okay.
If you are looking at examples, we are looking at renting.
Okay.
We are looking at mortgaging.
Okay.
We are looking at healthcare. We are looking at gas. You need to buy gas to cook your food. We are looking at payments of utility bills and so many other things. And largely, I say that these examples differ from regions, different from towns, because if you live in Sprinters, the cost of buying a bucket of tomatoes will be different from you living in maybe in Sawam or Pokwase. I don't even want to go far to Kumasi.
Okay, so around Accra.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could notice that you buy a bucket of tomato at Sprinters, maybe at a cost of 65 cedis or 70 cedis. And then just a few distance away to Pokwase just here, you get it like 35 cedis or 40 cedis. So these are some of the things that cost us in terms of spending more, a lot of money, and it increases our standard of living largely, apart from the inflation that Nana put it. In simple economists will say it's inflation.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, too, the things in which we also spend our money on, the day-to-day things we buy, example like the consumable goods that we always consume. So as we are consuming more and the inflation is going high, it means price of items will increase.
Okay.
And it will amaze you to know that people could import things for like 6 months ago, but now that price of goods or fuel is increasing, automatically everybody has changed their current prices and now moving into okay, everything is expensive, inflation is high, so we are all changing our price, and it's quite crazy.
So can we say that any in Panama yama cost and also so high? Because for instance, my America there, obikra whole old goods so but because you know he or she knows that prices are now increasing, you know, automatically no so no old goods now at least and compared to dokakra ma cost na aqua level no so increasing. And so can we blame the individuals involved?
We are the ones that cause it. We are the consumers. We are still the ones selling. So Mark tells that yes, yena a factor to that. Obi oha or Spintex, just like she's saying, because of a certain level of living, into ontena nsawom and ontena pokwase obetina baby aboardzen for so that obohu in a certain space obi so ho obo move if in some the ne where saba sphinx because opedo oton ade onya nisika mmoho because oton pokwasa 35 cedis for a bucket of tomatoes. Edible sphinx you get times 2.
Of course.
So why do I sit there and not make that? So we are part of it. It's just unfortunate that we don't think for each other.
Okay.
Me increase the price now so much or affect Munia.
Yeah.
And in other regard it will trickle down to me because then people will not be able to buy. In marketing there's the statement of the Yoruba factor of marketing. Yoruba food. What and you know what market and you know tonadi. About to tell don't what on.
Oh yeah.
10. But if you're going in your price no was so not expiry charge and so on total. So it says that young mindset plays a very important role on current situation of inflation and anyamana borrow cost. Because like she rightly said, or 1 year or 2 years ago. But just because fuel prices are cost or more are affecting. Fuel price or cost around here, we are all suffering it across the world. Yes. My increment be or there no. This cannot or just salary on cost.
Debut.
On cost. Because inflation does not mean that.
Yeah, how we now body. Funny enough, the cost of prices are really high, but you know, people are complaining. Lot of companies, global media for you to choma. Why has it? We're increasing your salaries. But echo other companies, people are crying. They, you know, though they in Zamana for sure, and especially the fuel and transportation, because I want that. Definitely you take a car or you pick your own car, and one salary is no question.
But the unfortunate thing is, you wouldn't expect that because in your money buyers into boss on also so no churn. Company no churn. Is there cash flow coming in? Obama work at the world will increase. You are fortunate to have found yourself within a space that they see that crisis.
Yes.
And that falls under human management because you realize that it will take a toll on the person mentally, physically, and then input with work would not be felt like it would have been felt before. So companies won't pay attention to that human management. And your money why isn't we are also entertaining or we are suffering it, so let's just suffer it. But you realize that productivity becomes very low because then come off a car, a query, no, but 13 cities, I'm looking at how I can cut it. So I want to walk from wherever it is to another point before I'll pick a car. Time of getting to work.
It will affect it.
It will affect it. Then it makes sense that business owners or CEOs or those in charge of management should be able to think and work it out with one staff. But for workers, will be on your where would you position that person? It simply says that you have to plan. You have to plan. And for coaching, you have to create accounts for A, B, C. They get so surprised, like, what are you talking about, Nana? My health too, I should create an account for my health. Yes, you don't know when something would
emergencies can happen.
So or you're very necessary. You have to plan. It doesn't mean that a French and now the and it simply means that you are preparing yourself for any eventuality. You don't know who will be there at that moment to help you. There have been situations where you yourself you are in crisis. You didn't expect it or you didn't see it coming. And then the next minute you are in this crisis and you are calling on the person you thought would be there for you, and the person can't help you.
Since you'll be auntie.
I want to call officer what's Jennifer Fakan. In their course, okay, and they say a shell. Or catch okay, she'll be a basis here. No send a message. Oh, then we can meet next time. Just because on pedal embarrassing, so these are things the reason why other pay attention. What your expenditure and the plan and
Nana, that's it. Remember, Mami Ho, talking about the effect, and how it affects companies. Now, individually, you made mention of one can say wage macra, how it would affect you. Now, just a normal lady living my life, how does that affect me?
It's affected to a large extent as individuals because say you live your life, you don't just live your life. There are things that you need to be able to want to stay healthy and to be able to cater for yourself, to be able to achieve your financial goals and any other goals that you had in mind. And you need clothing as well, as you are looking beautiful yourself. So even if you are living alone as an individual, yes, you need to cater for yourself. I call something a financial dieting.
Okay.
You hear most people saying that, oh, I want to reduce, I want to lose like 200 pounds.
Yeah.
But you hardly hear people say, I want to
Save more.
go on financial diet and reduce my expenditure by 200 pounds as well. It's difficult. But we need to have a strict, deliberate savings. If you find it difficult having that, you won't be able to live as an individual. Somebody will see your hair and say, oh, I like Nana say. But instead of rather going to buy some, maybe you have a black one there, of the same length. You can just take it to the salon and dye it and then get the color.
Okay.
The next day you want the black, you go back and change it to the black. Yeah, and it makes life very simple for you.
Wow.
If you're a family man, you could be a single mother or a single parent, which you are living on your own as well. But at the end of the day, there are so many things that would disregard them, like gas. No, buying gas these days, very expensive. We are talking about paying utility bills, water bills, and the rest. So when you finish cooking, I started recently,
Okay.
whereby when we finish cooking, I make sure the gas has been turned off. Not necessarily for fire, but you know, the moment the gas is on, a bit of it, because gas is air actually, you don't say. So a
Yes.
bit of it goes away. And
Oh, really?
yes, a bit of it goes away. And at the end of the day, you end up buying more gas
More and
because
more.
you think you are cooking. Sometimes you put water just to, you know, get a look, put it on fire to go and take your shower for the kids. And you can leave it on for like 10 minutes or 20 minutes because you are not ready as an individual or a family member. And it consumes a lot of gas. So when it comes to an individual, there are a lot of things that you have to do. You have to also stay off debt as well, because if you want to have a proper financial instrument, then you need to stay off debt. If you have a debt, then you need to clear it so that you'll be able to do it and do it religiously, basically. So it affects everybody, not really being a family member or an employer or an individual. So far as you don't plan for it, anything at all can happen. Like Nana stated earlier, anything at all can happen. Yeah, even when we are here, something can happen without we not planning for it. Yeah, so
Wow. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, does that mean we need to sacrifice our happiness?
Happiness is relative.
yeah.
What do you term as happiness?
For instance, our time for clubbing, or some ladies, shopping and all that. Sometimes shopping can make you happy. Ladies, we know, we love to shop clothing and,
Yeah.
new shoes. Some even have made it a plan that every month they turn to buy new clothes in addition to, what they used to wear to either the office or parties or whatever. And those are things that do make them happy.
Inflation is ongoing. A lot of people are not even stepping out.
Yeah.
If you look at the recent holiday and you check the outdoor places where people go have fun, you realize that there was nobody out there. So you are now considering going to buy clothes. When I know show.
Oh no, Mama Joe.
When you are but when I know the driver show, the atata for who even recognizes it. So when you do not when you are as much as it is comforting you, you are also expecting someone to see it and acknowledge that, oh, she has a new dress
Of course.
and she's looking good and she's always. But are you living for that kind of person? Nipa no might see it and then would not even recognize that as a toy. No boy or the shra now the food. When I tell people that I can repeat one cloth in different styles,
Of course.
and still be very confident and okay. People, how do you do it? I'm like, it's because I put it in my mind that mom wastes the car one yamabido. In terrible how I have had it 10, 15 years, and I'll still wear it. Mokopa ma turn and miss mama allowance on what minim the make sana may ya
I just walk a
exactly. It's because I know the minimum we are seeing.
Of course.
And to what extent do I want my happiness to hurt me in the near future? So, obaya no corridor as Bessia, you want to buy new makeup sets, you want to fix your nails, you want to pamper yourself. I tell people I fix my nails myself, and they go, "You do that yourself?"
You
Yes.
did this yourself?
Yeah, I did it myself.
Wow.
The thing is, all the worrying your worth. Because me the cats na baby the one your mama. 100
100 Ghana.
Some
Veggie.
places, veggie.
Oh yes.
Yeah. But mutonya mani bobu fie na ma start na me kakra. I might not be spending that 100 cedis. Products no come autom da ye damage. Ondu the amount.
So you get to save.
Exactly.
Thank you. Nana, meba hobium na yen try no ho kakra. Yeah, but saving and so we know that the cost is high now in terms of living. So how do I manage to save? We'll be back after this short break. Welcome, and that was our beauty tips for today. Thanks to Adonko Next Level Premium Energy Drink. And one Adibia also Henasi Day for beauty tips name from bro. And then on the education side at the beauty tips name, touching your faces, please make sure you wash your hands before you touch your face. Okay, it's very, very necessary because this is can be your now cause when you na sanso and when I wear images here and beauticians na cosmetologists free na wana it's can be in your so let's cost the living down, let's cut everything down. Now talking about the sacrifices before the break, now was on the floor. So now let's shift to Mami and ask her, she is an insurer. So insurance, they will always be on us. Open a policy, open an account, and save for the future in terms of emergencies and all that. But now the cost of living is high. How do we save? How do we open those insurance accounts and all that? How do I even manage before? Mommy, do we still have to open the insurance?
Oh yes. We have to, and not just insurance, but any other instruments that at least you could part away 1% or 2% of this little money we are calling it, the small salary come, because insurance is actually not taking a huge amount of money from you. And when you look at a large extent, you pay something little rather for a higher benefit. Just that if you've not benefited, you might think, oh, well, my opinion sometimes not benefit, but it will cost you more if you don't do it. Okay. Because as we are living now, if somebody, you've lost a family or a relative or somebody that you love today, you're going to spend a lot of money. Meanwhile, if you took a policy like back 6 months ago or 1 year ago, you could have get at least a minimum of 100,000 Ghana cedis. Wow. If you are within ages of 18 to 35 with a minimum contribution of 96. Exactly. So even if you know that at the end of the month I've spent all my money, at least 96 Ghana cedis has been locked somewhere. Savings is actually not a natural skills. Okay. It's not something that you get up and you are born with. You need to develop that kind of interest and habit for it. Okay. It's something that you need to do. It's continuously, and saving today is not going to change your whole life, but it will take time. But it will rather pain to do it rather than waiting for the damage or whatever you will need money for to occur. If you're a parent, for instance, and you have kids to cater for, or you have people who depend on you, not necessarily being a parent, but people who depend on you. At the end of the day, you can't just say, I won't save. So anytime your mom is sick, you have to rush to your account and go and withdraw some money. Anytime maybe your niece or your nephew is sick, you have to rush to your account and go and withdraw some money. But at the end of the day, you could have rather done it on daily basis. So every day, if I'm sending 50 cedis, I'm taking 2 cedis. I'm not even saying 20 cedis, like 2 cedis every day, and I'll put it aside and multiply it by the number of days we have in a month. Okay. You see that it will take all of us to a very, very, very long day or long way at the end of the day. So it's difficult. In fact, when I started, it was quite difficult, very difficult. But because you can't see your child or your ward during the open day or during the graduation ceremony and say, I want her to wear the old dress. Of course. I want her to wear something new. And she will even tell you, Mommy, I need something new. When you take me out, I want to get this. Or your relative is, Uncle, it's my graduation day, and I said, birthday. Uncle, you have to do this for me. But meanwhile, you would have channeled that money buying a cake to maybe buy a trust of a policy for that particular child, so that in the near future, the child can depend on it so that that person can be comfortable. Really. I was asking somebody before I walk in that this every day we waking up 4 a.m. 3 a.m. we are in a rush trying to go and shower, iron, dress up and all that traffic and we are complaining. Sometimes we come and get queries and all that. If it's only about us, I'm sure we'll be okay.
Course.
But you know, we are doing this because of the future. And we don't know the future, but we are saving towards it. We are working towards. So what prevents you from not saving now? Because you don't really know the future. The future could be big or small.
Okay.
So as for savings, it's quite important. Don't necessarily investing into insurance. I would advise insurance though,
Okay.
because at the end of the day, whatever investment or portfolio you find yourself in has already been insured, reinsured again. So you have insurance products that has been reinsured. So at the end of the day, even if the insurance company does not have money, they'll still go to the reinsurers and sort you out.
Okay.
But you can find any financial instrument that you think is comfortable for, because you need to know who is the owner of that business, who's managing that. You don't want to be like Yanam,
Okay.
that they took our money away.
Sure,
Exactly.
sure,
So you need to be careful as to which
Where you
financial
keep your
instrument you want to put your money to, which is quite crucial as well.
Nana, Mommy says we should save at this time of the year, that there is no money in our pocket. So teach us, how do we manage to save some of this little money that we earn?
For you to gain or lose weight, many a times you have to go through a certain workout to achieve that result. And just because you know you want to look good and fit into that dress as a woman, you would want to lose that weight. The same applies to saving. The same applies to preparing yourself for the situation we find ourselves in. So yes, it will hurt a little bit. If every day you are sleeping in air condition, cut it. Cut it, because that temperature you're looking for is not a normal temperature in our country. So you just need to learn to adjust to certain normal form things you do. For example, when it comes to hairdo, I have a natural hair for reasons best known to me. Because I may probably not want to spend too much. Someone will just go chop off the hair, because you know what, I go to the salon every 2 or 3 weeks and I'm spending about 300 cedis every now and then. If you look good with the short hair, go for it, because it helps you to save. The clothes you are repeatedly buying, do you really need them? Ask yourself that question. Except you're a fashion designer, your work as a
brand
stylist,
ambassador or something.
yes. But other than that, do you really need these clothes? Because it gets to a point which doesn't make sense, because you keep buying. Fashion doesn't cease. Every day until they be about baby about if you look at that and you think of baby about one and I want extra one, I don't think you spend all that money in that space. Example, eto enyama wo agbugloshi no bu wo foam. It's working for you. Why leave there and go and start buying from ShopRite? So during this period, if you're someone who is buying from ShopRite, it's advisable that you go to direct source, because direct source might get you extra. It might even come at a very lower cost. I'd rather pick a bus to Nsawam to go and get these tomatoes and other wares, and then pick a bus back to Accra, rather than sit and say, okay, I'm going to order online. Both food and Bibi the Babram.
Hey, I'm not brands now. I just show
No
a
problem.
patch.
Matters. Now, the Babram and the dispatch the Baba and Bibi them. Which shouldn't necessarily be the case, because the manyaman becomes luxury at a certain extent. See, Sienna, most manyamarokwan not eat the pizza every 2 weeks. Oh, that's all. Because pizza and it just comes out of body new. On your BB store, that BB Casibiara. No. If you're looking at the comfort you want to have now, and not considering the things you can achieve.
Do you know why I'm laughing? Me direct I teach you some recipe. This one it goes for you, John. You and I are in those together. I love pizza, trust me. But the good news is I'm kind of an ambassador to One Pizza. So John, I don't buy them. Okay, I get them for free. So I need to enjoy.
You get them for free, but the thing is, ever spend extra money to lose that weight it is coming with.
Okay.
And that might also be hurting your pocket, because this is not the time you probably want to look at that. whatever part you can take it
Yeah.
and then perhaps share it with other
With
people.
friends, yes. Most of the
Or
time, that's
direct
what I
it.
do.
Yeah, sure, direct
I am a
it.
tip,
Hey,
no.
man.
I am many be.
Man.
Oh, I am Rashida Kra.
So in that case, and you might be a whole day to me cut down.
Okay.
Some one before you break you can some be. And one order pair one color another standard colors.
Yeah.
So that they can match with any
Black,
and everything.
Kranu DB.
Because a dish attire blue or boko, a dish
Yes.
attire black or boko, a dish a BB or boko. Or then as a messy for we don't just buy any and everything. Especially when you do not need it. For example, me, you know, baby, I'm a commission overall.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry, I'm not tonter. Maybe me spend not less than 18 hours or even 22 hours in the office.
Okay.
Mutonter and I'm so you really need to pay attention to that. Or spend this. I know ladies who go oko program about makeup beauty shop, akaye makeup and san baby more. If you had learned that skill, cost of going to fix that makeup on your face, eko baba.
Yeah, now you can learn on YouTube and all that.
Exactly. What at this point, or necessary there, you pay attention to nyama, you waste sika.
Okay.
It might be comfortable now, but you want to go through that pain of not having that comfort now and saving for the future, because that should be comfortable. One word show you can first no muto makeup set muto a man to cry every 2 months muto new set man spend the maybe 200 cedis, but me jay ka cree me makeup because the more you even do the makeup, also one implications.
Yeah.
Almost skin irritations and
Wrinkles,
also about spend this.
Yeah.
And that is something we don't want to be doing. And then young consumption. Mr. P one problem so and you are not living for people. Stop looking at social media and then living lives that do not.
Now, I was going to get there.
Social media is killing a lot of us. Nipa lifestyle, maybe post. In reality, on your demand.
Some are even ambassadors. So today,
you do
Miss
not
Year
know.
American. Some ambassadors to those clothing lines and shoes and boutiques and all that. And to want to wash and shepherd, wash this beautiful, jumpsuit to be an IBB. Now, I want a copy, screenshots of one.
What I ordered and what I got.
Of course.
So terrible.
And then you go and buy it. But the pressure on social media and also, show.
Why affect you? Because if I'm not expecting anybody to look at me in a certain way, I'm from whether me too, whether me wig and watch you see phone. Once I am okay in that, I'm okay. We show being a medinaka dressing. Because I'm here at Tara Ocean, means won't talk. On your piano, what one a good family.
Yeah.
And our silver spoon will
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
For me to buy a certain clothes and wear it, Mumpo, the last time I'm catch a me work a corday, and Pobobi will be them. The cost of Impobwan 4,000 cities, 5,000. Man, a mitzvah sikatoya, told a man's number to me. Because at the end of the day, it is money going waste. Them 4,000,
You can invest it.
I could have used it to do a lot. But you put a mom and thought, okay, Nana is worth this. Let me just gift Nana. If you are that kind of person, Shanipa needs ye.
Yeah.
And for one night, come on, for you know, for all use.
Oh, yeah.
So why are you even spending that much on Mpobwa? And after, if I'm a boutiques, maybe motion turn a price and say, oh, okay. Mokodomi and Amadi to your bay 1 year.
It will affect your pocket.
I will not be the way. I mean, you mumpo because Miss Kenyan Amad Babaho, Miss Kenyan Amad Babaho, Bama.
And Debbie also wasn't somewhere your friends was very bad. Mammy Brim Kaka because she's nodding. Mommy, pressure no nam social media. No, some ladies, funny enough, they see those in Zamana will be taking screenshots of and your social media and they become happy. That is the happiness thing. So, but in as much as we are, Mommy is excited about the fact that we should save. Let's also look at our happiness now. Okay, in terms of high cost in living now. Can we do those things, a bit of it to satisfy our how do I even put it? Our happiness
Your
or
desires.
yes, our desire. Thank you.
All right. So, as Mommy has said a lot.
And how do we squeeze in to do all that?
Mommy has said, but the truth of the fact is that, I would say, you see somebody having iPhone. I think recently iPhone has turned to a monster now. If you don't have iPhone, like you don't have a phone.
No. At all.
Somebody say, I have iPhone Pro Max 13 or
13
12
Pro
or what have you. And then you want to go and buy some.
And the following year, 14 will come.
Exactly. And people will be chasing you, oh, come and swap. But the funny thing is that when you go and swap, you
add up, yeah.
you are going to add money to get that iPhone. But you using that your particular phone, as it make you less human? The answer is no. Really. Spending less, as it make the things you are buying less quality.
Okay.
It's quality to you. Because that's how much you can afford. But we worry ourselves. Somebody will say, okay, being rich means you have to own a Mercedes Benz.
Yes.
You have to have a mansion. But that's not the case. Being rich actually is being able to afford things that you'll be able to use, you know, and to be able to put some happiness, if that's your desire. Put some happiness in the faces of the family and yourself. So first, you're happy and you don't owe anybody. You've not been hiding from people when you hear the name, your name being called.
Yes.
Sometimes you've not been called, but because you are owing people, you're owing a lot all over the place. It's become difficult to save. So if you really want to save, then we need to go off that.
Okay.
We can sometimes buy a refurbished phone or something. Yes, you could have some cosmetics problems, but at the end of the day, you just see a scratch or maybe slight crack or something, but it will still serve you the purpose. The phone I'm using now is actually not a brand new. I bought a brand new in less than a year. It's damaged. So I told myself, imagine not going to buy any brand new phone. I'll get the genuine ones, not the one somebody has gone to store and go and sell. But I'll go to the shops and ask them for a second-hand phone. And I've been using it for 2 years.
Wow.
So really, it does a lot of things. It does so many things. In fact, when I lost my laptop was not working. It was my phone that was using for basically everything. So I think we worry ourselves too much. You see people going on vacations. Most of the times, you don't have the means together. You can save little. Maybe once a year, you want to also go and travel. Maybe not really going by air, but you can go by road. You know, you spend money going to open bar with friends, going to shop, drink, and all that. You need to spend less on alcohol as well.
Okay, so
the things are many.
Mommy says make sure you spend less on alcohol. You get it? You need to get it. This one day, you have to get it. On that getting it note, let's go for a breather. We'll be back to continue with the vibe. Okay, Akwaba. Now, and then no and common numu ayete papa. Very educative, and we are talking about the high cost of living and how to manage, you know, and squeezing up things. And we've learned about even sacrificing some of our desire. For instance, the ladies, we love to shop a lot. Now, Nana is saying cut it down. Mommy is saying, obey your cry. Them scanners, but no. Fuck up insurance to be and I invest if I say, and you know, that's the way to go. Because now, and I'm quite the cry, you can obviously see that the number of cars that used to be on the road are no more. And I'm excited that people are learning on their own to know that, okay, because of a friend of mine, he's traveled now. And funny enough, before traveling, he actually parked his own private car and decided to use Chocho. And personally, since I can imagine them for Chocho.
Yeah, it won't hurt you.
Of course.
At all. Because the truth is, Fanda is a celebrity. For Chocho. What leverage does it give you as a celebrity?
A lot.
People who they are excited, they are seeing. They want to take pictures and whatnot. Social media, but content that to home. But people don't see all these things. All their concern, oh, I want to feel good in my car. For no, I was sure. You use the Benz.
So now some of the celebrities have even packed their cars. I'm telling you, and they don't go out anymore.
The cars are only few. Or also pan no track 4x4. So or use a salon car. Or you be no catcher. Why they both?
Me could be crying and so I call the Civic. And they want a engine capacity no 1.4.
So on your be no catcher. If you know the over effect on that,
you need to cut it down.
And even if you are living as a family and your wife has a car, you also have a car, you need to park one.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. All you have to do is that now you have to leave the house early. Lucky for us, people are not driving much. So it's easier for you to get your destination. Drop your partner and then off you go.
Okay.
If you are living as a family too and everybody has a car, you're all working, we can use one person's car and we'll drop each other, which means we have to set up. We set off early and then we all get to our work place destination in time, and it's as easy as that. It's very easy. And you know, for me, that's what I think we should do. We will save a lot of money, because if you are driving a car 1.6, if I'm not exaggerating, your fuel will be around like 400 and something.
No, but mine is 1.4, and to fill my tank is now like 380 cedis. That is even the best still.
Lucky for you.
Of 1,000 cedis.
So imagine. Imagine, calculate. Not just even a week, from Monday to Friday.
Yes.
And this week, it exceeded even the 380 cedis. So I'm like, imagine if my salary is to be around that 1,000, because a week is 380 cedis. Calculate it times 4, which is a month.
Yeah,
Obeka he.
it's done.
Na Ghana hane kra na ye wo no. Nipa dodo he na obeje salary po which will exceed 1,000 cedis. You know? So we need to cut off this thing. I think
Currently our wage and salary wage is 27 cedis.
27
Salary averagely is around 900 or so
see?
this year.
You
So
see?
that's for contract staff and some junior officers. We are not talking about our janitors, those who make sure that the place is clean for us.
yes.
They
Some
are
even
taking
take
less
as
than
less
that.
as 500 cedis
Oh, you
and
say
400.
500, 300.
Ah.
Some have even pay 150.
So how do they even
yes.
get to work?
Exactly.
And how do they make their families happy?
So if you're earning the 150 and you still want to have luxury and you're thinking about comfort, then it means you have a challenge.
Yeah.
Now, Nana, as Owa Bazaar, we the adults will understand that the cost of living is now high.
Yeah.
But if we have kids, you know, that are below their teenage, how do we convince them to get to the understanding that cost is high now and, you know, you need to come to adjust? How do we talk to them?
It's called dialogue. Afreban, what you teach the child is what the child learns.
Okay. But they are used to this flashy life all
They're
those
used
years.
to it, but if that child that's at the age of, let's say, 9 years,
Yes.
it's taught that there's something called inflation.
Okay.
Ahokyere betima aba, mama betima lose ne sika, dada betima lose sika. Enyama betima akoba, so okoba da. Ye ho bechi ye kekre bi ode ye compromise nyama bi. And then at the end of the day, you betima save towards a big agenda. But parents, if you want them, opodo kunu ho ama afra no you're comfortable, but you know that it's hurting the pocket.
Yeah.
So it's called dialoguing. You simply have to dialogue with the child and teach them right.
Okay.
Nyama no nyanya na obeche wo classroom.
Yeah.
Also will role out there play with you. And I think that's the only way that we can actually get them to understand that nyama why it.
If you're entertaining
Every week we go for, let's say we go to the
ground.
playgrounds. And that's about 200 cedis every week.
Yes.
Where more from maybe in an and it means your price is high. So you just need to let them understand. And your money will also say that you won't go playground. You can buy it home.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let them understand that now, because of ABC, one thing I love about the COVID is not because I like that it was here, but it has taught us how
To live and
value-
adjust.
Yes, because COVID bear no, I'm sorry from Uber playground. Yanko abadi ice cream, yakota abadi. You eat from the house because you don't know who has it and can transmit it onto the other person. So COVID has taught us a lot. If only we can look at it at or train and
Yeah.
even when it comes to Nyamasum and a chapel there, you realize that a lot of churches now understand that you don't necessarily have to be in the gathering of God to be
Yeah.
saved. Because if you're not there, you can still fellowship. So, truth
We
be
were
told-
doing services on social media, so we can still join
exactly.
through social media.
Oh yeah, and
And so that high cost of living, you are affecting any of your Zoom crowd.
Of course.
if you like, consider Rechapel bear 5 on our 6. Empty seat or
It's true.
it will tell you that in Nyama record. Now, on your bin over catch the monko because it is kind of a car or chapel. Actually, I bet you never found a human no to your co.
Yeah.
Chapel no to your co.
Basically.
Wow.
And I heard them conversation of Titan and a tighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So, my question is I want one Titan. Yamin sure.
And the tight but me who that not the of mommy pie. Mommy so now that you know with our tight, no what's it HM I think a basa or 10. It do and into sudu into you do 10. 10 that's no more cry my young coupon. And this is ya no as a 10 ways my way. You better than cry a chair and tight. Yeah, then chair. It's still young no cry my young coupon. And now my mom in Bremansan and I miss my get one already now. Yeah, but time. Mommy, how do we pay our tithes now?
In fact, I don't.
And
I don't want to say. Oh, people are owing, but they are paying. I know. I was listening to some preaching on the online, and then the pastor was like, "Okay, so if you are owing, don't worry, come and pay. So if you don't have up to the 10%, you are supposed to come and pay. You just if it's 5%, bring it.
Okay.
So the subsequent months you come and pay. They are taking it, and now
so the
churches
pastors are even
momo.
adjusting.
Oh yeah, people are taking momo. Now no more physical cash. Churches will tell you if you don't have the money, yes, through the momo, and we are paying. But we don't want to have that kind of ideology that if you don't pay your tithes, God will not bless you. God is our Father, and He's always there for us. But the reason why I think, from our perspective, we do that is also bring some food to the house of the Lord. Because there are people who are also there catering for us. The pastor is there, the pastor's children, and some pastors, they don't do any other work apart from that. So tithing is not really bad. If you have the money, why not? You should.
Just as we used to pay, same
amount. But it could be same amount. As I said, somebody said, if you can't pay the 10%, you bring the 5%.
Okay.
And then next month you bring. So some are now, even though it's 10%, they are not really forcing. But we have people religiously, they are paying their tithes, even though they don't have funds. They're still paying it because they believe strongly in it that is where they get their blessings from. We are not against it. But if your pastor is telling you pay 5%, why not? You have the right to do so.
Nana.
I come from a school of thought that tithing is not really the thing to go for.
Okay.
Because in Shabby Baba and Adam Bakrana and your tithing no more, but you're not sure come and so if you're asking 10% in a year from it, still about affect my livelihood. So obviously we are the BBA by your data young home by your in a certain way. Per my perception or by my belief. Because the man in your home, I'm French more French man. At this time when you're I won't feel guilty.
Yeah.
There are a lot of them that are guilty because I don't have the means and it's okay. Make ya come on young coupon, but you it's a munchana and
Denzel Yakupon Kauka.
The more I didn't coupon next can or increase.
Yes.
I had this month because I even believe I had that Obi Chawads and poor dating.
Of course.
I know who you must so date me. Edit them 10% in the call. It will be better for one. My Abadan is back on
For one on it's about the
Equivalent.
money.
The value of the shoe.
You have to take the value of the shoe.
Yeah, it's 10% of every gift. So being it
Oh wow.
a cash.
So you need to know the price of the gift.
Price. So if the gift is 200, 10% of 200, so you go and pay.
It's to God. Okay. Our time is up. But before we go, Nana, I want to ask you this. At this point in time, do we still have to give gift? Do we? How do we manage that one too?
I have a saving for that.
Okay, so we need to save for gift as well.
Yes.
I believe you heard.
I mean, Mama has a birthday.
I don't
I
save
plan a
for
year
that
ahead.
one. Okay.
Because I man a birthday now, but I'm very risk that. No, I won't do that. Because it would affect music.
Okay.
So you have to plan for it. In a year, I mean, you don't pay them a charge, they 5 a pay.
And that's all final words, Nazak.
So as much as possible, then you pay your why you're planning in life.
Okay.
That is what I would say. If you don't plan, you only fail. A plan is so it doesn't mean that all planning in our but at least above home was in that 70% or 80% of it, it can be achieved. Plan and plan well. And people who are self-discovered know their worth. They know the substance they possess. And so they don't just follow the crowd. Okay. So let's be cautious of these things and not let social media play so much of a role on our mind. Because
Nana, that's Nyami show. Mommy, what final words now?
As Mekan earlier there, savings, a habit of savings or natural skills, you know, you need to be deliberate about it. In fact, it should be a conscious thing that you do it every day, even if it is one city, as I said. So every day, you know, you buy food or you have to take Chorski or what have you to work. If you have to eat lunch, if your company is not giving you lunch, you have to buy your own lunch and all that. If it's 50 cities or 20 cities, you know, you spend a day. One city, you should put it down. I am doing that.
Okay.
And I've seen the word December when I opened, I got quite a lot of money.
Wow.
So even if it's 1 cedi or 50 pesos, be cautious about it. And it's not about the value that you put down there or the total in terms of being able to put like 1,000 Ghana and
Yeah.
save. No, but a little.
Little drops of water makes
Exactly,
a mighty
yeah.
ocean.
So the little of it at the end of the day will make the mighty ocean.
All
And
right.
we'll be happy about it. So
Okay.
that's the malasso.
Okay, thank you, Mommy. So, thank you for watching today, and I believe you've learned a lot today. Mpacho, sisi anenza mano bono wako sir. Enti obaya onso to the mace manana keno. I just ne kakra ushui. In fact, obaya kra maton yedu yewo July ehwa. Maton nyina ye obaya kra nkama ye ntobi. December hwehwe mo ye for women the pa. And that person you need to save, towards December because you there be celebrate. Not say and the mankasa so me share bibi. Sisi apacho ye me yanko na se me planning for birthday no mama gifter. Oh yeah, na why. Thank you for watching and do, make sure you save, okay, till, adjust and advise the kids at home as well to get to understand what's happening. It just, for a few time, everything will be well. In Jesus' name, amen. Have a good night and thanks to my crew. Thank you for watching.